So hello you guys, welcome back to Friday Chit Chat. These weeks are flying by so quick I can't keep up. I made a list this week because, as you guys probably know if you watched last week's video, I made a list on my phone and that didn't exactly turn out very well because I deleted the fucking thing. But anyway, first of all I'm going to talk about The Walking Dead because I didn't do a video talking about that this week. Wow, there was a lot going on. First of all, kind of pissed off at the fact that it wasn't 90 minutes. I mean, I said it in the video, 90-minute fucking roller coaster, whatever, but it wasn't 90 minutes, it was like 55 minutes or slightly over. Half the time was dedicated to ads, so it was only slightly longer than what we're used to. You know, I guess they gotta include ads and all that stupid shit, but still. Okay, first of all, a comment that everybody's been leaving under the reaction video that I put up is the Rick and Michonne scene at the end of the episode. Agreed, when it happened I was a little bit taken aback. I was like, this is kind of out of place, it feels a little bit weird, why the fuck is he talking about Shane out of the blue? But upon watching the episode... Dude, stuff is just fucking moving in the corner of my room by itself. Upon watching the episode back, it does make a little bit more sense and it does fit a little bit better. I still feel like that scene was just kind of jarred in there, if you get what I mean. What I took from that scene is the way he was talking about Judith, that Judith isn't his daughter but he still loves her and she is his daughter even though she isn't. I think he was kind of hinting at the group in a way that they're not his family, they're not his blood, but he loves them and feels responsible for them as if they were. Something else everybody's been pointing out is Rick had never spoken about Shane to Michonne before. Michonne seemed taken aback by all of this. She even seemed taken aback about the Judith thing, meaning she didn't know Laurie had an affair or whatever. So that kind of leads you to think, do these people talk about anything? Or do they only ever talk about what's happening in the here and the now? Because Michonne still hasn't, well, and if you're going by what's shown on screen, Michonne still hasn't told Rick about Andre, her son. The only person she's told that to is Carl. So, even though like they're dating and they're an item, do they talk at all? Do they communicate? There's a fly. Next I want to talk about the Morse code situation. People are saying that Daryl was blinking out Morse code or something, or that he was tapping out Morse code as well on the back of the van as he drove away. I understand where you would get that idea from. He was blinking really strangely and there was a Morse code poster hanging up somewhere, but I feel like that is a little bit too far-fetched. I feel like if that is the case, then it's ridiculous, because Rick... How would Rick know in that moment to be looking out for Morse code? I mean, Rick's emotions are all over the place, the tensions are high. I'd say the last thing he's doing would be analysing Daryl's blinking patterns. So even if that does turn out to be true, and if Daryl was sending him Morse code, I feel like it's a very strange thing to include in the show. Because I know, if I was in Rick's situation, and if I had Negan walking around my fucking housing estate, and if my best friend was in front of me, bruised and bloodied and all kinds of fucked up, the last thing I'd be doing would be looking at his eyes and thinking, what are you trying to say? I'd be looking at him like, shit, what can I do to try and fix this? A few people are saying as well that maybe they've cut out Daryl's tongue because he wasn't speaking. That is something that I kind of could see as being plausible. He didn't open his mouth the entire episode, even when he was prompted to by Negan. So that makes more sense in my head than the Morse code thing. My favourite part about this entire episode was the scene between Father Gabriel and Negan. I feel bad saying it, but Negan's sense of humour is very similar to my own. So that scene, it reminded me of something that I would have said, or how I would have reacted if somebody creeped up behind me. So I found that scene absolutely hilarious, and I think it's the funniest that Negan has been so far. Another note of Father Gabriel is I feel like he's developing nicely. I mean, in last season, everybody hated him, especially when he was telling Deanna, you can't trust these people. I was like, Gabriel, you backstabbing little fuck. But now we're seeing him be this voice of reason, this comforting voice, and I really like that. Like I said in my reaction, we haven't seen anybody be that blatantly positive and hopeful. Even him telling Rick, like, I believe in you. I think that's something Rick needed to hear. Even though Rick, like, he heard it, but he didn't take it in, what he said, if you get what I mean. Like, he was like, yeah, whatever. I think Rick is in a very vulnerable place at the moment. I do think he's trying his best, and he's aware of the fact that everything is fucked up at the moment, and I think he's aware of the fact he doesn't have an answer for it. So having someone say, hey, it's gonna be alright, I believe in you, I think that's something that Rick needed to hear. Spencer, don't like him. Do not like him. As somebody pointed out in the comments, if you put yourself in Spencer's shoes, you can see where he's coming from. You can. I mean, Spencer was living this nice life in Alexandria with his mom and his dad and his brother. Now all of his family are dead. Rick and his group came in, they were like, we'll help you, we'll protect you. Suddenly, this fucking saviors happened, and now it's like, we're having our stuff taken, we're being robbed. These fuckers now own pretty much everything. So in a way, I can understand why Spencer would be mad at Rick, but at the same time, what he said about Glenn and Abraham was uncalled for. Completely uncalled for. He's acting like a prick. He's acting like he knows everything. Oh, you know, Rick was in the wrong. Rick, you led us to the promised land, didn't you? He's speaking as if he understands what he's talking about when he has lived his entire life behind the gates of Alexandria. His entire zombie apocalypse life behind the gates of Alexandria. So I don't think he's in any position to be judging. Again, people are commenting under the reaction video saying that him and Rosita aren't a thing. They are. It was hinted at in an earlier episode. They were seen waking up next to each other in bed, so it was kind of hinted at that they were an item. And then there was that whole thing where he was asking her out for dinner. Speaking of Rosita, I think it is her time to shine this season. Even though she's been in it for like, what, 3-4 seasons now? She hasn't really had her moment yet. I think every character has that kind of defining moment where it's like, woo, I'm here, bitches. I don't think Rosita has had that yet. She's always been in Abraham's shadow or in Eugene's shadow. She always was just part of like Abraham's army. So I feel like now it's her time to shine by herself, and we saw that a little bit in this week's episode. I have a bad feeling about the gun she kept. I think that's going to come back to bite her in the ass. But I'm excited to see where her character goes. The mattresses. Everybody's bringing up that point. The episode of The Walking Dead that I watched did not have that scene with the mattresses or the scene with Eugene making bullets. Didn't include that. I have since seen those scenes. That was a hard sentence to say. I feel like them burning the mattresses was the Savior's way of saying we take what we want, not what we need. We don't need these things, but you do, so we're gonna take them and fucking destroy them. Regarding Rick, a lot of people are... I feel like a lot of the fans or a lot of the viewers of The Walking Dead, I feel like they're split when it comes to Rick. There are people that blame him. There are people that say that it's his fault. In a way, kinda. In a way, it kinda is. I mean, he's the leader of the group. His rash impulsiveness when it comes to the Saviors is what got them here. I just noticed how pale I look. I look like a ghost today. How bitchin' is that? It's because the sun is out. I don't like it one bit. It's too bright. Anyway, his impulsiveness when it came to the Saviors. I mean, when Jesus met them and brought them to Hilltop, and when the Saviors were explained to Rick and Co, Rick was like, yeah, okay, we'll kill him. They made the deal. I feel like Rick didn't think it through properly, but after dealing with the governor and after dealing with Terminus, I feel like Rick was under the presumption that he could handle anything that was thrown at him. Rick thought, this prick, I've dealt with so many guys like him, I can handle this. But at the same time, he's the leader of a big ass group. I cannot imagine the pressure that is on Rick. I would cave under that pressure. If I had people coming to me saying, what are we going to do? I need help with this problem. We need to kill these guys. I'd be like, I'm going to go take a fucking nap. You guys talk it out amongst yourselves. I'll be back in a while. So I do feel bad for Rick. I see why people would blame him, but at the same time, he is doing his best. A lot of people were saying he seemed weak in this episode. I didn't think that. Well, when I first watched the episode, I did. I was like, Rick, why do you have this constant face of confusion on you? Negan's here, the Saviors are here, they're taking her shit, it's not that hard to grasp. But upon rewatching the episode, I kind of got the vibe from Rick that he was picking his battles. Especially the scene where you see him tightening his grip on Lucille. I thought, oh my god, he's going to do something stupid. But he didn't. That scene where you see him tightening his grip on Lucille, I think that shows that that fire, that crazy dark side of Rick, it's still there. It's still in him. He is just choosing not to act on it. Rick, at this moment, is picking his battles. He knows this is a fucked up situation. He knows I need to do something about it, but he also knows I can't do anything about it now because it'll just result in people getting hurt or killed. So I don't think that Rick is broken. I don't think that Rick has completely given in to Negan. I think Rick is simply choosing to play along until the time is right. that's all that I wanted to say on that episode, really. I mean, I didn't have a whole lot to say, but I wanted to say a few of those things. Now, moving on to other stuff. What the fuck was that hand movement? I don't even know. This week, I have just surpassed 9,000 subscribers. Again, thank you guys very much. To anyone that is new, welcome to the channel. The thoughts of 9,000 people being a part of my channel and being a part of my page, it's absolutely, positively daunting. It's so big. It's a lot of people. I'm somebody that went through my schooling life, I guess, as someone that never wanted to be seen. I always shied away from everything. I never took part in any school plays. I never took part in anything that involved people seeing me. I opted out of. After 6 years of being in school, in secondary school, there were still teachers that didn't even know my name. That's how kind of under the radar I went. So to even have started a channel, it still shocks me that I did it. And it shocks me that you guys are on board with it and like it and are supportive. So I just wanted to say thank you guys a lot. Thank you guys a lot. This week, a few more pictures. This week, a few more of you guys have sent in pictures that you have drawn, which has blown me away. I'll include them all on screen now. I cannot believe that you guys would take the time to make a little piece of art. You guys have really kind of stunned me this week. So thank you to anybody who drew anything that you are seeing on screen right now. And anyone wondering, yes, that is Tyler Joseph. I'm aware that's not me, but a good friend of mine sketched a picture of him for me because he knows that I'm crazy about the fella. So thank you guys very much for those little wonderful, thoughtful pieces of art. Something that I've been loving this week is BuzzFeed. I never really watched BuzzFeed. I mean, like, there's always those BuzzFeed articles and those BuzzFeed quizzes on my timeline and stuff. But I accidentally stumbled onto their YouTube page yesterday. Now, yesterday I didn't have work or anything. I literally was doing nothing, so I was just messing around on the internet. I spent, I would say, about 6 hours watching BuzzFeed videos yesterday, and I laughed harder than I have in an awful long time. One particular video where it shows a bunch of fellas trying on makeup or trying to do eyeliner. Oh my god. I want to say a huge congratulations to Conor McGregor. Now, to be honest with you guys, I don't watch sport. I don't keep up to date with sport. The only thing I know about Conor McGregor is he's really talented. You don't want to fuck with him, and he's Irish. Those are the 3 points that I know. And he's supposed to be a really nice fella. I know he did some fight recently. I want to say it was in Madison Square Garden, but I'm not sure. But I do know that he won. It's great seeing an Irish person do well in the world and succeed in something they're doing. I'm proud of him, and I don't even really understand why fully, because I don't really know. I don't really know what. Fuck, that seriously hurt though. Ow. Fucking laptop tried to snap my fingers off. I don't really even know what really happened, but I'm proud of him. I've started my Christmas shopping. Yeah, I'm one of those people that starts Christmas shopping ridiculously early. But I do draw the line at Christmas music. I think it's because I work in retail that for the whole month of December I'm listening to Christmas music anyway. I haven't started listening to Christmas music at home at all. And when you turn on the telly, every fucking music station is like a Christmas hour now, and I'm like, seriously, no. It's the same 5 fucking Christmas songs over and over again, which is why it does my head in. But anyway, I started Christmas shopping about 3 weeks ago, I think. That's basically my method though, because I kind of pick up bits and pieces every week for people. I put together like little goodie bags for them at Christmas time. I've already started like putting together stuff for I think everyone in my family. And I've started wrapping. Wrapping is what gets me really vicious though, because I want to be good at it, but I am not. My dad does this wrapping technique where the backs of the presents have like fancy little folds and you can't even see the sellotape. And then there's mine. I'll just show you the back of this. And I am not ashamed to admit I have looked up YouTube videos on how to properly wrap presents. I still can't do it. But yeah. This is Sam's one. This is one for my brother. And I know he watches my videos, so I'm not going to say what it is. So Sam, if you're watching, that's for you. I can't really remember what it is myself, but I know it's for you because your name is on it. I'm one of those people as well that I get excited by wrapping paper. Like last year I had like a black and white theme. I've always wanted, do you ever see, is it Macy's? Or somewhere like that in New York? They do special gift wrapping where it's like brown paper. Just plain brown wrapping paper and then like ribbons and stuff on it. And it looks so classy and so pretty. I've always wanted to try that, but I never do. I love that kind of simple, beautiful elegance, but at the same time I love colour and I love designs and shit. So this year I've gone for, it's like a gold with Christmas trees all over it, and then there's a different colour, what are they called? Ribbon? There's a different colour sticky flower for everyone. Talking about Macy's now has just got me bummed out by the fact I'm not in New York. New York is my favourite place in the world, especially around Christmas time. Everyone is rushing somewhere. The Christmas lights are all on. It is so cold that your fucking face starts to just freeze when you go outside. Plus it's a great fucking place for shopping. New York is a brilliant place for shopping. Man, I think the last time I went to New York was about 4 years ago. 3 or 4 years ago. You guys, the clothes that stores over there make, they are made to last. I remember I went mad in Old Navy because I love Old Navy's pyjamas and their tracksuits and stuff. Now I'm the type of person, I don't wear tracksuits outside the house, I only wear them in the house. But I have like a blue Old Navy jumper and I'm actually wearing Old Navy grey tracksuit pants now at the moment. And like I've had them for like 4 years and they're still perfect. Fucking love Old Navy. Anyway, again with the fucking tangents. That is all for this week, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I noticed, oh yeah, the question. I think I forgot the question last week as well. So the question that I'm going to ask this week is, I'm going to make it Walking Dead related this week. Because this is a question people have asked me, and it's a question that I've talked about a lot with friends. So, if you had the choice, would you rather The Walking Dead continue on for multiple seasons and kind of fizzle out? Or would you rather The Walking Dead continue for up until season 11 or season 12 and then end on a high? So would you rather have, what are we on, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? Would you rather have 4 or 5 seasons more of solid content or have the show just continue for years? That's something I'm interested to hear your responses to. So that is all for now, you guys. I gotta head into town and do Christmas shopping. I say I love Christmas shopping, but after about half an hour of it, I'm done. I'm angry at everyone. I get tired and hungry, and yeah. So an hour from now, I'm probably going to be so fucking done with life. That is all for this week. I hope you have a lovely weekend, and I will talk to you all on Monday.